Everybody, it's me, Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 hertz, the universal frequency. Balance out psychologically and emotionally, and to further strengthen your brain and your heart's coherence as well. Get a plant based diet going for yourselves today and to nurture yourself right back into life. We are literally herbivores in our nature. Further balance out your physical body's pH level and to get with alkalinity. Then you can generate some static electricity. Send me some love telepathically. Set attention to your mind and set intention to communicate. That is all there is to telepathy. You're now tuning in to great days. So I'm gonna talk on the hijacking of our bodies and minds, and I'm also going to go over tarnishment of purity and innocence through media. Okay, maybe even entertainment or just cultural um, hijacking, our culture as an entity. But let's get right into this, right? So what I mean by hijacking of the mind and body, I'm talking about both being a vehicle, right? Because this is what the body and mind are. They're both vehicles, um, and we, as multidimensional beings, are using the body and mind kind of like tools, or you can see it as a vehicle as well, to work with the corresponding dimensions, right? So the body is more third dimensional, and the mind is more fourth dimensional. So with the body and mind together, we are able to work within the third and fourth dimensions most easily. We can go into other dimensions as well, but for the majority of people who aren't actually working with higher dimensions, it's going to naturally just be within the third and fourth dimension, right? Is how I see it. Um, and there's a lot of manipulation that comes with these two tools, or there's a lot of manipulation that comes with the body and the mind as a vehicle. Okay, and there can actually be hijackings that take place. This is kind of like possession, right? If you think about possession, possession is when an entity is possessing, right? They're over possessive, or they are possessing your body, right? This entity may see your body as its property, and it may then be overly possessive, or the entity can see the body maybe as it may see you as its offspring as well. It can be many different cases as to why the entity would be possessing you, but entities can most definitely be possessive, right? And this then leads to the possession of the physical body and the mind, um, and that's kind of like a hijacking, because the body and mind is like a vehicle for the corresponding dimension. Um, so then entities of a higher dimension that are unseen to us can take the vehicle, or they can hijack it, or they can possess it. So um, you got to be aware of it. You have to be conscious of this, but you should not really fear it, because fear is only going to entangle you further in the whole confusing situation. So you got to just understand the hijacking in itself, and you got to work with it. You got to be able to understand what's going on, and then have yourself come into a different position. Like if your car was hijacked, kind of just panicking about it wouldn't really get anything done. In order to really get your car back, you need to cooperate on a functionable level, rather than falling into a panic, and causing a deeper entanglement and confusion. So you got to work with it, and you got to just understand it. If you ask as well, if you feel as though there's like a hijacking or something like this, or even a possessive force in your life, then you can ask. You know, you can just ask, and the answer will be given to you, and then you work from there. You know, you don't really want to panic over it, or you can always find somebody as well who's going to be able to help you with it as well. You know, whoever it may be that is educated in this specific, you're going to want to look towards if you don't want to deal with it yourself. You know, but on some level, for the majority, you're going to have to accept it at the very start in order to be able to clear that space up, or solve or bring an equilibrium to the whole situation of possessiveness, or a hijack of the body and mind, right? So I'm gonna get into the media and entertainment industry and tarnishment of purity. Okay, so um, when we come into this life, when we're born in the flesh as infants, we're pure, right? We're like a blank canvas, and we can then decorate our soul. Okay, so when we're born, we're very pure because we're a blank canvas, you know, and as we start to grow up, we start to decorate ourselves with many different things, for the most part, that are just indirect vicinity, you know, or what we're traditioned to pick up on, right? So whatever is in that tradition for you to pick up on and decorate yourself with is going to be affecting that blank canvas, you know, because you start to get painted on. And this is you picking up all different types of things from culture. So within the culture, there can be corruption, right? And this corruption can lead to the tarnishment of that purity, because you can keep your purity throughout your life. You know, you're born pure, and you can sustain that purity throughout your entire life, but it's most definitely tarnished all the time, you know, especially in these times. And I want to say it's because of culture, because culture is definitely not a friend of ours. Culture is it's it's kind of like using us, you know, in a negative way. And culture and everything that comes with culture is only kind of, it's only building us to um, support the disease, which is that very corruption, you know, because it's corruption that brings disease. And if you take a look at the globe right now, the globe is in a very, very diseaseful state. It's very tarnished. Its purity has been detrimented. And a lot of this is because we are just, as a species, we're doing things out of harmony with nature. Okay, and culture is one of the entities that has brought the way or the lifestyle to where it is right now, right? Which is disharmonious and over consuming, and it's a detriment to nature itself, right? And even to us. So culture is killing us, we're killing ourselves, and we're killing the globe, right? So as culture starts to decorate you, whenever you grow up, or whatever it may be, the things that you start picking up, they start to tarnish that purity of soul, you know, which can be sustained. You can keep that purity of soul throughout your whole life, and it doesn't really mean keeping if you want to like tie in your 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 sexuality, I don't think virginity, keeping your virginity throughout your life is it most definitely allows you to keep purity, but I think you can also keep purity even if you were to have plenty of sex, you know. So I think it's more of the real impurities that are coming throughout our maturity are coming from culture, right? And the way that we're collectively doing things is disharmonious, um, very synthetic, you know, and it's the syntheticism that is, and the disharmoniousness that is tarnishing our purity of soul. So you want to avoid this. First, you want to be aware of it, you know, and the awareness is going to allow a shift in you to occur subconsciously, okay? And then naturally, a transformation can take place in the life, in your waking life, okay? So you have to just be aware of it, that you're born pure and you're born innocent and you're born harmonious, you know, but then you're literally growing. As you're growing, you're decorating yourself with an impure way of being, you know, and that tarnishment is is very detrimental. So um, be aware of it. Once you're aware of it, you can literally change it. You know, you don't want to subject the children to the same, because it's just going to create a chain, you know, but you can break it as you accept it here within yourself. Then you can spread the awareness or expand awareness, and more people can then keep their children pure, you know. And this doesn't have to involve like anything other than allowing your child to be as they're born, you know. Don't subject them to anything that is going to tarnish their purity, you know. And once again, that doesn't really involve like loss of virginity or anything like this, because you can have sex and still keep your purity. This is more living. This is more living out of harmony with nature, you know. So um, then I guess I get into the entertainment, and I guess how culture and entertainment is tarnishing us. They are pretty much they're most definitely targeting youth, okay, specifically, because it's kind of like a there's definitely like a farming within it, like a farming program, okay. And this farming program is kind of farming us to continue breeding over excessively, so that we can continue to support the the global destruction, you know. And this is that tarnishment of purity, you know, because if we kept our purity and we allowed it, we sustained it throughout our maturity, then we would not be destroying the earth. We wouldn't allow it to get to where it is right now. Rather, we would we would be living harmoniously, and it's that simple, you know. So they're most definitely programming us. They're conditioning us, and these programs and these conditionings are having us to they're having us to destroy ourselves and destroy everything as well. You know, it's like a small group can't destroy the earth with, let's say there's 1% trying to destroy the earth. The 99%, if they're living harmoniously and they have their purity, they won't allow the 1% to destroy the earth, you know, because the 99% know that the earth is needed, you know, in its health for the 99% to be in their health, right? So they kind of, they can go behind the scenes and they can condition us to live in a way where we're supporting the destruction of ourself, right? So as we're destroying ourselves, um, we can, as we're destroying ourselves, we can come into an understanding that something needs to be changed, you know, and it's this simple. Um, so you want to purify yourself. How to purify yourself? You go into the elements of the body, you know. So the whole universe is it has five elements. The whole of the universe is built up off of only five elements, right? So, and these are the five platonic solids, by the way. These are ether, space. This is water, fire, earth, the air. These five elements build up the entirety of the physical universe. Okay, so how to purify yourself? Um, you need to purify the elements within you. Okay, and how do you do this? You just go into each element and you purify. You ask how to purify, um, and you go through each element and you purify them. Okay, and this is going to purify you as a being on this dimensional level. Okay, um, and and when we are born, we are pure because the whole process of birth, of Genesis, is purification. It's self renewing and it's self purification. You know, so you're born a new body and you're purified, right? And you want to keep that elemental purity. Otherwise, you're then going to become one with the corrupted elemental forces of the planetary consciousness or the planetary body, and you're going to be then helping in the forces who have turned those elemental forces against the earth itself, you know. So you're just going to be getting caught in a bigger corruption where the earth is sort of self-damaging itself, you know. It's kind of like a cancer. It is a cancer, and you can heal that. You can heal the cancer in yourself by coming back into your purity elementally, which is just a purification of the elements. So you got to take this upon yourself. It's a very, very simple process, right? I want to say getting out into nature is going to be the best way to do it because nature untouched by any man is going to be the purest, and connecting with nature that has been untouched by man and connecting with the elements here is going to allow you to come into a a purity that is uncorrupt, you know, which is what you need to come back into the purification or the state of purity, right? Without tarnishment. This is going to allow you to work for the earth once again, rather than working against the earth and yourself, because you are an inhabitant of the earth and you are building the earth, you are making up the earth because you are a cell of the earth, right? So you don't want to be a cell that is killing itself, because a cell that is killing itself is a cancerous cell. So you want to work for the earth and you want to build the earth and you want to band together with other cells to strengthen the global body and the global or the planetary consciousness. right? Which is like a singular mental field. So you need to you need to um, you got to purify the elements. It's that simple. That's where you start. How to come back into a purity. You purify the elements within you, and you the best way to do this, I would say, is to go to a place where the elements have been untouched by man, and connect with the elements here, and infuse yourself within the elemental forces. And that's a state or a process of purification. You know, you can use yoga, you can use meditation as well, right? And you can do this anywhere, okay? But you're gonna need to get out into nature, because nature is the catalyst for being able to purify yourself once again. All right, you can't stay in the house, okay? Because it's not gonna work. It's gonna keep you in a state of corruption, because everything has been built for the unessentiality, right? Currently, where it is, a lot has been supporting the corruption and the malefic force, and the destruction of the earth, and the disharmonious lifestyle, down to the architecture, you know. So you got to you just got to go purify yourself up, purify the five elements within yourself, and that's it. You can come into a purity once again, and you're going to be finding yourself in a very, very harmonious state, and everything is going to be effortless for you. You come into a very magical state of being once again. Okay, so it's going to be it for today's video, or this evening's video. I do thank everybody for watching once again. Peace out, one love, and have a great evening.